Okay, this is the first example of doing a list lookup to a list in the current site. Right? You will be able to do a lookup to a list in another site in the same site collection, but not in another site collection. So this is a list lookup control. I've simply dragged it from the SharePoint group of controls. There's a list lookup right there. And I double click on it. Now here what we have is you can specify the SharePoint site. I've left this blank, so it's going to use the current site. I've picked a list that I want to query, which is the source list called NF translations. The column I want to pull out of there is called translation, and I'll show you that shortly. So I'll jump to it right now. Here's my NF translations list, and you see I have a label ID, a translation, and also a language field or column. Now what we also want to do is, we want to pull out the translation, but we want to filter down on a particular value. So you expand this filtering option, and for the filter available selections, I'm actually saying I want to filter by a controls value. The field that I want to query in this NF translations is the language field. Now if I jump back to my NF translations, here's the language field, and you can see there's ENUS, ESES, and PTBR. So this is basically American English, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese. And the field I want to get at is the translation field from all those items. So you can see here we're actually doing a query on the NF translations table or NF translations list, pulling out the translation field where the language is equal to my current field in my form, which is called title. So if I save this, you'll see here's my title field there. If I preview this, you'll see if I type in ES and I jump out of that, part of it refreshes. If I look at my drop down, now you'll see all the Spanish translations. If I change this to English US, it refreshes again. Now I have all the English translations. So this is a way of using this list lookup with the filtering option so that it automatically updates depending on either the value of somebody type something in, or maybe they selected something from a previous drop down. So this is a way of actually getting information from that list and displaying it as optional selectable options in your current form, and have it dynamically update that form.